guys, welcome back to my channel. So I went to town. I went to a small town the other day and to get some work done on my arm. And while we were there, it's like a little small town, and it's got like mom and pop shops all over the place. Anyway, there's an antique shop, and I wanted to share with you guys some of the things that I got because I found really cool stuff. The first thing I want to share with you guys are some cards that are, in my head, really funny, and I apologize right now if I offend you. If you want to skip past this part, please feel free. But I thought they were funny because they apply very much to me. So, the first one says, "I'm sorry I slapped you, but it didn't seem like you would ever shut up, and I panicked." So I thought that was very cute because I talk a lot, and well, yeah, that was very cute. And then the second one is this one. "We've reached the age where our minds say we can do that, but our bodies say good luck with that." I thought that was cute too because, well, I do that a lot. I'm just like, yeah, I can do that, and then my body's just like, nope, you cannot, don't do that, no. So very funny. Okay, so the cooler stuff that I got into. So I got a couple packs of cards. They are very blank as opposed to not very blank. I don't know what I mean by that. So anyway, I got these cards and I got two different sets. I hope there's not a glare. These are very shiny cards, but they're just blank inside. So you can put them in journals, you can put them in scrapbooks, you can put them in like mini albums, or you could just use them as is. So I don't know what I plan to do with them. I do plan on cutting a couple of them in half and putting them in my own personal junk journal. But as far as the rest of them, I'm not sure. I love this picture here. Some greenery. Very pretty. And this is just a local area of where I live, which is, it's near Seattle. We actually live across the sound from Seattle, and for not too much longer actually, because we're moving soon. We're moving in a couple months. Thought that was really pretty. I would love to have a backyard like that, man. That's awesome. Mountain. There's mountains all over the place here. This flower. I'm not a greenery person, so I do not know the name of this flower, but it's really pretty. I'm sure somebody does. And sunset. Trail. And last one is the water. And so we're back at the beginning. And then the next ones are the same concept. They are, okay, that's not gonna work. They are scenery pictures. Like you can see here, they're scenery pictures. And there are, I believe there's 8. Yeah, there's 8. And there's just one of each. So there's that. And then these are cool. So I got 2 of them, and then I got a bundle of 4, like this. There should be stuff inside some of these because I tried to keep the postcards in something that wouldn't bend them. So I recently made myself a junk journal. Well, it's shared between my husband and I. And it was a project that he kind of like pushed me towards to inspire me to get back into crafting, and I'm really grateful that he did that, because I really enjoy it. I really enjoy finding things to put into my junk journal. I enjoy writing in it, and I'll share it with you guys one day. But this bakery is really funny because I always call it Sully's, even though it's definitely not Sully's. It's Sly's, I think is what it is called. But I always call it Sully's, which is really funny. Like every single time we walk downtown, I'm just like, let's go there. My husband's like, no, we don't need to go there. Because it's a bakery, so yeah. And then Paulsbo is the small town that I was telling you guys about that I go to. I really enjoy it. It's very centralized around Vikings, which I like it a lot. And then Pike Place. We very much enjoy going to Pike Place. It's a lot of fun and very interesting to go there. And then this is just a very cool, you know, retro-esque Washington postcard. And then Mount Rainier. I remember going to Mount Rainier as a kid. So I got that one. And then I put them inside of this. I'm going to show you guys this in a second, because this is probably my favorite book so far that I got. And then when I got this, the lady was looking at me like I was crazy. She's like, "Are you sure you want this? Because it's kind of tattered." And I was like, "No, I'm sure. Please, thank you." I really, really, really like this bag. It's quite fragile. There's more stuff in it. It's a pattern bag, like, you know, how you put sewing patterns. But if I'm not mistaken, these patterns are for dolls or cross-stitching. It's not your traditional pattern material. It's much, much heavier, but it's lighter than like copy paper. But yeah, I think it's either cross-stitching or, I don't know. It's some sort of needlework that I don't do. But it's very interesting looking. There's a lot of cute little pictures in here. There's one for each day, I think, is what I saw. And then there's that. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. There you go. But yeah, it's pretty neat. There's a lot of different little doohickeys. What are these things called? Patterns. Ah! And then that's how fragile the paper is. Like, I just ripped that tiny little corner over there. Like, this is very old. I don't know if there's a date on this. Let's see. I can't make out what the postage is, but to give you an idea, the postage is 1 cent. I think this says 37. October 1 apostrophe 37. Y'all are probably not going to make that out. And this is from Spokane. Like, it was originally sold in Spokane, which I think is kind of cool because it's not too far from here. So there's that. And like I said, this one's a little old. And that's one thing I really enjoy about the antique shops is you're getting legitimately old items. And you might end up finding some antiques. I tend to stay away from them because the antiques are much more expensive than the just vintage stuff, because vintage is just old. Antiques is like expensive old. So I tend to stay away from the antiques. Oh, I was going to show you guys these. So this one is a Boy Scouts of America book. And this one is, let's see, this one is 1970 printing. And I did not pay $4 for this. It says $4 like up in the top corner up here. I don't know if you can see it because it's in pencil. I did not pay $4 for this. There was one that I paid, there was one that I paid $4 for. I'll show you guys that in a second. But I like this a lot because it is a signature bound book. So what that means is I can just fold it in half or unfold it from the half, take these staples out, and I can use these pages as is. I'll give you guys an example of what I'm talking about. This is a book that I tore apart the other day. And this is also a signature bound book. Excuse me. And I've already deassembled it. Deassembled? That's not right. Disassembled the book. So it's not in, you know, the book obviously anymore. And now the pages are falling apart. But what the signature bound book allows me to do is I can take this page completely out, put these away, and then I can either use this in my signature or I can make a signature of these. Like, it's pretty neat. I do enjoy it when it's like that because it gives me a little bit more diversity as far as what I can do with it. I'm not forced to use just like a page of it. I do also like the color of the pages. They are shiny, so if you don't like shiny, you're probably not going to like books like this. But I honestly, to me, I like the shiny because I think that it adds like an extra texture to it, because you can get old stuff that is shiny. Like this is from 1970 and it's shiny. Like this is legitimately from 1970 and it's shiny. But I mean, I don't necessarily like putting neon pink modern from, you know, last year in there. Mostly because I just don't like neon pink. I like pink. It's not neon. But anyway, so this is just a little book on scholarships from Boy Scouts of America. This one is bird study. This one's got different images of birds and different information on birds. You could fussy cut these around, and you know, you could put those in journals. Again, this is a signature bound book, so you could take the pages out, use them as is. That's really cute. I like that. And some birds. I'm not going to flip through like every single individual page. I'm just going to really quickly go through these because I got a lot of little pamphlets and books and such, and it would probably be like a 5-hour video if I like went detailed, individually paged, you know, like, hey, look at this. That's really cool though. I like that. So there's that one. And then the Space Exploration USA. This one was printed in 1984 was when this one was printed. This one was printed in 1969 was when this one was printed. I do like this one. It's got the Kennedy Space Age skyline. It's got various things. It's got pictures here. So I got a lot of pictures in here, which you could use. You can use as tags. You can use in cards. You can use as, you know, different ephemera pieces. This is, I don't know, because it's inside the book and I didn't want to take it out. It seems like some sort of poster. But like I said, I didn't want to take it out yet. So this one was 1968. This one is a book on earthquakes. This is a science program, little pamphlet book. It says Science Service on the back. Oops. Earthquakes spell tragedy is what that caption reads. Yeah, I imagine they do. I personally have not been in a significant earthquake. I've been in an earthquake in the sense of the ground moved slightly and everybody's like, oh my gosh, did you feel the earthquake? And I said, there was an earthquake? Yeah, so, and that was when we lived in New York. And this one is called Electricity. It's also the Science Service program. This one was filmed. This was not filmed at all. This was printed in 1969. Just a lot of different pictures. Again, I like the paper. I like the feel of it. It's just a different texture of paper that you can be using for projects. I really enjoy it. And this one's probably my favorite out of the group. My chair's squeaky, sorry. Ouch, that hurt. Sorry, I just poked my arm with this plastic over here and it didn't feel good. It's like brand new. So I just got it 4 days ago. So it's still very tender. This one is also Boy Scouts of America. This is the Nature book. And this was printed in 1970. The copyright is 1952 and the print is 1970. But I really enjoy this one. This one has a lot of really cool pictures that you could use. I like the color of the paper. It's really cool. I don't know if you guys are even able to see it as I'm flipping through it so fast. Like that one. That one's really cool. This one also has shiny paper. Those are really neat. fishies and frogs. So that's that. And then this one here is a stamp book. I actually got this just because I really enjoy the cover of it. The cover is just really cool looking. It is a paper cover. It is not, it's actually just like a cardstock, I think. But it is older. I do not know the date on this. It says copyright 1946. I do not know if that is when it was printed, but that is when it was copywritten. But it's just a stamp and album book. And you can use these pages in, again, making tags, in journals, planners, because they have little squares that you can cut out if you're into decorating vintage style in your planner. That would be really cute. You can make credit cards. I wish you could make credit cards out of paper. That would be cool. I would like a balance of 100 million thousand. Thank you. But yeah, you could do a lot with this. And the paper is like, imagine a child's coloring book that it's almost like construction paper type feel, but it's like a child's coloring book but smoother. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but that's what this paper feels like. It's really quite cool. I like it a lot. All right, next is the Kelvinator Book of Recipes. Did I say that right? Kelvinator? I bet some stuff in the back of this one too. So this one was an invitation to something. I forget. This was an invitation to it's just an honor with a newspaper is what this was. And then there's the notification that it was like, hey, this is that, and this is from 1966, and this is the quality it's in. That's just crazy. I did pay $1 for this though. This and this. The envelope has the date on it. Let's see. The actual invitation does also have the date on it, and the whatever you call this, it's the, I guess it's the typed, like, informal invitation, maybe, also has the date on it. So all three pieces have the date on it. And that was, like I said, that was $1. And like I said at the beginning of this, it's just a local vintage shop that I found, and I was just like, hey, we've never been in there, let's go in there, because we had an hour to waste. So just an old newspaper. I'm not sure when the date is. I tried finding it, but I couldn't find it, but it's still cool looking. And this one was really funny because she's like, are you sure you want that? It's just a torn envelope. I was like, I'm very sure. It's from 1949. So that was really cool. And she actually gave it to me because she could not understand for the life of her why I wanted it. But I told her why I wanted it. I was like, because I'm going to make journals with it and then put it in scrapbooks and stuff like that. And she's like, you can have it. I was like, okay. She gave me this too. So both of these were free. This one actually goes in here. This was part of this book, but this is also a very, very old newspaper clipping. I do not know the date on this either, but I can tell by the texture of the paper and the color that it's incredibly old. And I don't want to even try to bend it or anything because I'm pretty sure it will just crack. It wasn't this book. So maybe it's around the same time frame, even though I don't think there's a date on this one either. There's not. Nope. But this one I thought was really cool because it's recipes. And the recipe junk journals are really popular right now. So I was thinking about making one. but I don't ever write down my recipes, so I was going to clip some from, like, not necessarily from this book, but from various different resources. I was going to clip them and incorporate them into the journal. Thought about it. I haven't done it yet, but I don't know, maybe. But yeah, I thought this one was really cute. It's got really cute pictures down here too, especially if I clip the recipes out. I can still use these little pictures right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I thought that was really neat. And then I can also include this because this is sauerkraut at its best in corned beef sandwich. A recipe inside a newspaper, which I think is really cool. So there's that. I do have a few more things. This actually is a decently large haul. I actually went back and got some more stuff, but I think I'm going to do another video with that because I'm already sitting at 20 minutes on this one. This one was marked at $9, but she gave it to me for $4 because there's no cover. And I was just like, I don't care if there's a cover. The cover is actually a bonus for me anyway because I'll just gut it and I'll use the pages and use the cover for something else. So, but she still gave it to me for $4 because the pages were torn. It's old. Well, of course it's old. It's an antique shop. But the pages are torn and there's no cover. So she was just like, all right, you can have it for $4. I was like, score. I would have paid $9 for it, honestly, because of like just the stuff that's in it. So these have all kinds of different articles and pictures. Like this picture right here, I think is really cute on the cover. There's articles, there's advertisements. There's a picture of a couple kids on the beach. There's someone just chilling, hanging out on the porch. So it looks like some military guys. But this paper is like, it's actually decently thick. Like it's not super thin, but I like it. Oh, look at that. There's little fairies. I like fairies. I like fairies a lot. Some kids playing in the woods. Like, I really, really, really enjoyed looking at this book. So, yeah, like I said, I would have paid the full $9 for it. So this was printed, let's see. This was called Good Books, I think. I don't know. I honestly have no idea what it's called. I just know I like the stuff that's inside of it. Contents of St. Nicholas for April 1919. So, I believe this was printed in 1919. You guys can see that. I'm not going to bend it backwards, but let's see, right there. Yeah. So, this is probably my favorite item. Let's see. I got a Reader's Digest book. Some of them were in packages. So the thing at this antique shop is they have different people coming together. Like Bob has this collection of stuff that he's selling, and Sue has this collection of stuff that she's selling, and Mary has this collection of stuff that, and they're all like kind of like, they're organized within the shop, but like you'll go to one spot and you'll grab a couple things from that person, and then you'll go to another spot and grab another couple of things from that person, and so on and so forth. So the next person that I grabbed, all of her stuff is in like these little plasticky things. So I'm gonna have to take them all out. But this one is the Reader's Digest, and this is from 1946, March of 1946. And I like this one because of several reasons. I like the Reader's Digest books, but it's also a signature bound book. And I can show you exactly what that means because the pages are falling out. But I can use this in, stay. I can use this inside my signatures, like, you know what I mean? And this one's cool too because it's written on. I like the fact that it's written on because I'm weird. But let's go through here real quick. Who wants to fall apart? Uncle buys 2 wives. Interesting story. Okay. Mr. Truman faces it. There's some pictures. I like the different colors of the pages. And I typically like Reader's Digest because they're not nasty and offensive, and you know what I mean? And they're pretty safe to put into journals, like if you're going to sell them, or mini albums if you're going to sell them, or cards or tags or anything like that if you're going to sell them. I mean, I have not ran across one that would be offensive. Then again, I don't really offend easily, so what do I know? This one is a pamphlet from California's Mission, Santa Barbara. And this was founded in Franciscan Padres in 1786. And this was printed in, I have no idea because it doesn't tell me. Because it's a big old meanie. Let's see. Nope. Doesn't tell me. Anyway, there's pictures in here, which I enjoy. I enjoy pictures because you can do a lot with pictures. Pictures. See, that would be cool. Like that one. So there's that. And then these are some pretty old magazines from the area. Oh. Or not. All right. So, oh, and this lady also gave me 50% off on everything that I got from her. So if it was marked $1, then I got it for 50 cents. If it was marked for $2, I got it for $1, so on and so forth. This is called the Grizzly Bear, and this was printed in December of 1950, and this copy cost 20 cents. Did not cost me 20 cents. It cost the buyer 20 cents when they bought it. This is Merry Christmas. It's got a picture of Santa Claus. It's got a picture of, I think that's Rainier. And it's got different advertisements, or adverts, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of funny to like look through here and look at the advertisements of things and like just kind of compare from then to now. It's actually kind of cool and nostalgic to me. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. A picture of a bunch of people's having fun. And I got 3 of these little magazines or pamphlets. And there's only, as you can see, there's only like 4 pages total. But they're really old and they're just really cool. I should probably keep those in the packages though, because they're quite fragile. At least until I'm ready to use them. And then I'm going to show you the last couple things, and then I will wait to do the second video on when I went back another time, because I'm already sitting at 28 minutes, and I don't think you guys want to listen to me yapping. Well, I can't even get this dang thing out of here. There we go. Alright, close that. So this one is from March of 51. This one is from January of 51. Maybe I'll just do it like this. That way I don't have to fight with it. Okay, so this is March. This is stuck. There we go. Isn't that cool though? Like, how neat is that? This one's got 6 pages in it. This was also 20 cents. got the grizzly bear up there. Like this writing is just really cool. Looks like this one doesn't have as many pictures as the last one. I did not open these in the shop, by the way. I looked kind of like briefly at the other one. I was like, yeah, looking at it like that because it was already open, but I did not open the other ones. I just went ahead and grabbed them. I kind of wish I would have opened them, but I'd still buy them either way because they're just really cool. Last couple things are some pamphlets. So this one is a Forest Lawn Serves. It's an art education history pamphlet. I probably should have opened this. Sorry, I probably should have opened this off camera because that's pretty loud, and I don't know how many people watch YouTube with like those surround sound headset thingies that they've got. Because I know I do sometimes because I'll be watching it while I'm sitting on my computer playing a game with my husband or whatever. So this was copywritten in 1950. The first step up toward heaven. Looks like it is looks like it's a religious one. That makes sense because it says religion right there. It's got lots of really cool images. I did find quite a few Bibles from like the other day when I went in, and I wanted to buy them, but I couldn't do it because I've never taken apart a Bible before, and I don't want to like offend people. But these Bibles were like super old. Like they were so falling apart. The pages were falling apart. The pages were ripped. And I wanted to buy them, but I decided not to. I did get a prayer book, but I didn't get a Bible itself. And I'll show you guys that in the next video. This next one is Life in San Diego, and this was February of 1940. So it's got some really cool images on the front. See that? And I haven't decided on the whole Bible thing or not. Because, I mean, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm not necessarily Christian. I'm spiritual, but I'm not necessarily, like, religious, if you will. I don't know. It's weird. But I respect other religions, which is why I had such a hard time with it. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I think these are really cool. I like the different fonts here. I like the fact that there's blue and black together here, which is kind of neat. So why don't y'all leave me a comment and let me know what you would do, what you think about the whole Bible thing. Like I said, these were from like, I think the earliest one that I saw was like from 1909. Like it was really, really old. Like it was 100 years old. And it definitely looked it because it was falling apart. See, that's really cool. There's like a little map. That's really neat. I like that a lot. Oh, look, there's a map inside too. Big old map. It's San Diego County from 1940. But yeah, I'm definitely interested because I've always been interested in religion. I've always been, you know, interested in using different verses and whatnot. So anytime that I use verses, I normally just print them. Like I do a search and see, you know, what applies to what I'm, you know, trying to talk about, and I print them, or I highlight them like in my own, because I do have a Bible. Everyone in my family does, ironically. But anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. I'm curious. And I will continue this in another video. So this one's not too terribly long. This one is already 34 minutes long. So I will pause here and I will pick back up in another video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye.